Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys. We bullshit about nothing. This particular video is going to be about the fact that the Advertising Standards Authority in UK, in the United Kingdom, how they had brought up, they were investigating false advertising charges against No Man's Sky. And in an unforeseen turn of events, they actually found No Man's Sky not guilty of any sort of false advertising. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
Great, Mouse One.
Now, okay, there's been a lot of drama about No Man's Sky and Hello Games and Sean Murray, the CEO of Hello Games, and the fact that it was set on a hype train going all the way into the stratosphere and without any fucking breaks. And then, the thing is that hype train built up for a full 3 fucking years. And nobody had any foresight to go ahead and slow it down or say, what the fuck is this game about, really? So much so that when it did hit earlier this year, a lot of people went out of their way and they bought it. And a lot of people, after a little while, they were like, what the fuck was this?
I don't remember this.
Yeah, I don't. Did they mention this? Wait a minute. Where's all this other shit that they mentioned? Right.
I think that's pretty much what you just said.
Yeah.
Where is all that shit that was promised?
It was so bad that after all the drama and everything else, a few months ago, about a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago, about 2 months ago, the Advertising Standards Authority in the United Kingdom went out of their way and they actually opened up a case against Hello Games and Steam regarding the advertising and the marketing of No Man's Sky upon the Steam marketplace. Then they really went ahead and they were going to ask everybody, hey, look, did these guys go out of their way to make any sort of false advertising claims or anything like that? Now, let's just put this aside. Advertising Standards Authority in the United Kingdom, they aren't going to be leading people onto a class action lawsuit. They aren't going to be levying legal fines on anybody or anything. But what they can do is they can sit there and say, hey, look, this shit does not fly. It's not reflective of the actual product. You got to change what you have there, and you got to rearrange everything that you have presented. That's pretty much the extent of their power. Now, the only thing that a lot of fans were really looking for was some sort of vindication, saying, hey, look, these motherfuckers lied to us. We spent all this money and they fucking lied to us, right? They really wanted a third party, an outside party, to go ahead and sit there and say, hey, all you gullible motherfuckers who didn't want to sit there and ask about what the game was actually fucking about, you're fucking right, even though you jumped in blindly. All right? But it turns out ASA was like, no, they did nothing wrong.
Wait a minute. Was No Man's Sky an ID?
What do you mean?
Individual development game?
No man. Hello Games, they are indie developers.
Indie development, yeah.
Yeah, the biggest difference between No Man's Sky and Hello Games and a lot of other stuff that shows up in like PSN and Xbox Live and on Steam was that Sony went ahead and they picked up the marketing for No Man's Sky. They're the ones who really pushed for it to be sold at a full $60. Yeah. So, and the funny thing is that when all the bullshit came down, they were
Wait. That game was actually $60?
Yes.
People were buying that shit at $60.
When it should have probably only been a $30 game.
If that.
Right. If that. All right. Now, the thing about it, the funny thing about Sony was that when all the shit came down and everybody was, throwing fits about this like months ago, and there was absolutely nowhere that you can go on the internet without hearing somebody sit there and say, No Man's Sky is a piece of shit. Fucking lie. It's worse than the fucking cake. It's a goddamn lie because it's delicious. All right.
Nice reference.
Yeah. What happened was that Sony went out of their way and they threw Hello Games under the bus. They're like, we had nothing to do with that. No, you guys are just the guys who fucking bankrolled the whole fucking marketing campaign. You're the guys who put them up front and center for all of your E3 fucking showcases and everything else. No, you guys had nothing to do with that. Fuck you, Sony. Jeez. some dumb shit, you know. But the thing that got us to this point in this particular video is that surprisingly, Advertising Standards Authority says that they're not found guilty of any false advertising. According to their findings, all right, the way that No Man's Sky or the folks at Hello Games presented it to the ASA is they said, our game is a procedurally generated game. Everything is put together on the fly, and it's randomly assembled and all of that. Because of that, the things that we had marketed out, there is a very, very low chance that at all that an actual player will see those exact same things in the fucking game. Never mind the fact that a lot of those things were touted as features and functions, which should be there regardless of what is procedurally generated. That's something else altogether. Okay. And the funny thing is that the guys at the ASA, they actually tore the game down. They went ahead and they put it together, and they're like, hey, this game is being sold as a procedurally generated space exploration game. And that's exactly what players get with it. So, and that's what they let him off for.
Well, let me tell you, when the guy, what's his name from Hello Games?
Sean Murray.
When he sat on that couch and the guy at E3 or whoever it was sitting there asking the guy questions, and he said, yeah, that will be in there.
Wasn't that Stephen Colbert?
It could
be that was Stephen Colbert, yeah.
But they sat on a couch, on a stage, in front of people, and he was asking questions. And the developer said, yes, that's in there. That's in there. You know what? Fine. That's fine. They got away with it. Good on them. But what I like about this whole situation is that it is an industry changer. It did affect the industry because now Steam wants, is requiring you to have more than just a fucking placeholder on the Steam shop, on the Steam store, just to buy a game now, which is good. I mean, so some good came out of it.
And I think that's kind of what a lot of people who are mad about this particular thing are kind of remiss to say, and kind of remiss to go ahead and recognize. The Advertisers Standards Authority, their whole thing wasn't contention of all this bullshit and promotional things that Hello Games did for the last 9 months leading up to this, or even the 2 years that were of hype leading up into that. Their whole thing of contention was, okay, is the stuff that is presented on your Steam store page, is that something that we have to be concerned about as far as false advertisement? Okay. And the thing is that if all you have is a few clips and the description that's there on the Steam store page, technically speaking, it's not false. It's not misleading. All right. Because there's nothing in there that sits there and guarantees that, oh, hey, you're going to run into these huge ship battles. You're going to run into these large beasts or anything. It's simply, hey, there is a possible 17 quintillion worlds that could possibly end up like this that you could see, you know? And that's kind of the technicality that they got off on. All right. What are your thoughts on it, team? I know that we've been talking about this a lot.
Oh man! So they actually got away. Well, they got off on this. I just think that it's funny, you know. False advertisement. Oh man, is this going to be in the game? Yes. Is this going to be in the game? Yes. Will we be able to do this? Yes. And then you buy a game and it's like, no. Either hardly any of that shit is there. It's funny because I was actually one of the people that was actually looking forward to No Man's Sky in the first place. And now it's like, damn. I don't know what I can really say about it as far as them. Yes, it opened a can of worms, and as Grey Mouse saying as Grey Mouse said, it did come to some good. Some good did come out of it. But it's like, man, I just wanted it to be a good game. And I mean, where did they go from here, actually?
Well, actually, a patch went out here in the last week. that kind of sort of fix things.
So DLC.
No. A game patch. No DLC. Actually, I don't know. There very well may have been DLC. But it was a game fixing patch. There was a big page.
Day one patches are still DLC.
It wasn't a day one. It just came out the last couple weeks.
Yeah. The Foundation patch came out, and that did change a lot of things. But one of the things that I have to sit there and I have to point this out, okay, is that a lot of fans very much, I understand fan enthusiasm and everything like that. In fact, this particular industry is built on fan enthusiasm.
Yep.
But there is a huge pitfall to just following enthusiasm and all of that. I will point out something that may seem very, very sacrilegious. A lot of people were absolutely creaming and gushing over the brand new Death Stranding trailer with Mads Mikkelsen and Guillermo del Toro. And this was pretty much after, Kojima was able to actually come up on stage and grab his industry icon, award and pretty much say in no uncertain terms, fuck Konami, because that's obligatory. All right. But, they went ahead and they showed the trailer off and everything. And there is absolutely nothing in that trailer that's telling me what the game is fucking about. But people are creaming their pants over it.
See, the thing
because
is,
it's Kojima.
The thing is, though, I mean, look, I could be guilty too, just like the Legend of Zelda. I mean, they have the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. There were actually game trailers and stuff, or we actually had games, but we still don't know what the game is about. Yeah, we played a little small portion of it, but yeah, I'm guilty. Everybody here is guilty of getting excited about a game, but there's nothing wrong with being excited about a game, but there becomes a point to where where reality has to slap you back into place. Like, well, this very well could be a bad game. For example, Shenmue 3. Everybody was gushing in the pants about Shenmue 3, but we don't know. All we saw was not even a gameplay trailer. All we saw was a short little skit. But we were like, over Shenmue 3. We don't know what it's going to be about. So you got to curb the enthusiasm to a point. Still be excited for the game, but within standards. Don't send it out to the stratosphere like the Reverend said earlier. And that's what happened, And I hate to say it's your own fucking fault that you got gypped out of $60 for a fucking $15, $20 game. It's your own fault. I mean, you just got to be careful with being excited about a video game.
I gotta say, I'm not going to say that it's people's own faults. There is a point where we have to say that the marketing was very misleading. All right.
Yeah, I guess
we have to say that, okay?
Right.
But like I said, as far as the ASA goes, their whole focus was Steam. All right. I will say that people have to learn how to temper their expectations. They really, really do, because this is stuff that especially in this day and age where all the vehemence and vitriol and reactions are just readily online in your face 24/7. You're going to be able to find tens of thousands of videos on it produced in one fucking day, okay, about any one subject. This is the type of thing you got to temper your expectations on. Now, that we have things that we're looking forward to, like Shenmue 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake. A lot of people are creaming over it, And the truth of the matter is, we'll find out how that actually turns out in like 2019 or 2020 or so.
Don't say that.
But when that happens, that's what's going to happen. All right. Any other thoughts on this one, gentlemen?
No, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, this really was not on the top of our list of things to talk about, but we did mention this in previous videos, and we discussed about this. Now that this particular chapter has come to a close, it's just suiting that we, as the middle-aged guys in our commentary, come to a close with it. Well, no, we're not stopping here. We're going to keep on doing this bullshit, all right? We're going to keep on doing this, all right? With that, if you're so kind, leave us a comment below. Give us your thoughts, especially if you think this is bullshit. Maybe you think that it's okay. Maybe you can understand the sort of technicality that No Man's Sky got off on. Because we'd like to hear that. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like. We love it when you do that. We are the middle-aged guys. We've just been bullshitting about No Man's Sky not being found guilty of false advertising by the Advertisement Standards Authority in the UK. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Rare Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming. What? Did Phoenix Wright get them off? Or they just got lucky, you know?
I don't know.
Any of you that played or even still own No Man's Sky, please leave a comment below, because, I mean, I've never talked to anyone that owned the game, or, you know, I want to know how it is. And why did you still keep it?
Yep.
Credits.